Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube right now. You can watch us every single Monday through Friday. Just go on over to where you watch your podcast and search at Tom and Dan Live.
So we have a guest on the line, and this guest is going to be performing. Daniel.
They moved it. Yeah, they moved the date. Now, you were going to see him tonight. But because of the storm and because we are Floridians, and, you know, he's from South Carolina, I'm sure he's no stranger to storms himself. But, yeah, Edwin McCain and Hootie and the Blowfish have now moved their show from tonight. It's going to be on Sunday now, Sunday, September 29th, 7 p.m. at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater at the Florida State Fairgrounds. He was the pride of Dick DeVinzio's basketball camp, known as the Rifleman. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Edwin McCain.
Or should we say Deputy McCain?
Deputy McCain. Dude, we are big pot guys, and when I saw that you had been deputized, my wife said, uh-oh, you've been put it all away, put the paraphernalia away. He's a deputy now. That was a great interview you did with the sheriff. Was that the sheriff where you got deputized?
Yeah, she's great. I love her. Yeah, she's fantastic.
That was such a good interview because, I didn't know that, well, obviously, you've been singing and providing us with music to kiss our loved ones' faces for an extremely long time. But, I had no idea that you had walked a troubled line for a little while.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's any big surprise to people in our business, but yeah, I went to rehab in 2007. I checked into a place called Talbot. After I adopted my first son, my wife was like, hey, you're going to need to tone this down a little bit, because I was living like a Motley Crue video.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, of course I will. And very quickly discovered that I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, uh-oh. I was like, wait, uh-oh. And the thing about it is, it's a slippery thing, because it was hard to tell. And what I tell people a lot is, I could go out and have a couple beers and just come home and go to bed. Or I could go out and have a couple of beers and it would start a chain reaction that ends me up in a different country.
Yeah.
So that's what I do.
Yeah, that's what we do, Edwin. Yeah.
And I couldn't legitimately tell you which thing would happen. And at that point, I was like, all right, well, I'm probably going to need to fix this. And that was it. And that was, and it was, I was sad about it because I was afraid I was never going to be able to have fun again. But that's not true. I literally have as much fun now as I ever did, and I can drive everybody home. So
right.
Awesome.
And, well, it looks like it, man. And you look great. You look awesome. Go ahead, Tom.
Well, Edwin, did that get you into running? Because I know you ran a marathon. Did you start exercising after you quit drinking?
No. I did that before I quit.
Oh, wow. That's more impressive.
No. So I should backtrack that a little bit. I did the running thing was during a period of time when I was quote unquote dry. So and you'll there's a pattern that we all get into. So we go through these periods that are called attempts to control, and so we modulate our behavior just to get everybody off our back, so that we can go back to doing what we were doing. And that was a period of what I would call an attempt to control. And it was a little extreme, but that's kind of how I am.
Oh, that's what I'm doing now. Hold on, Edwin.
Oh, my God. Edwin,
I just started running because I cut back on drinking. I still drink.
Yeah.
But then I started running, and then I'm like, all right, calm down. I'm running now. They get off my back.
This is just a point of control.
Yeah, but then when the weekend comes, I'm blacked out.
So this is an attempt to control. I mean, I don't want to diagnose you, but what I'll say to you is, normal people that have regular relationships with alcohol don't feel the need to do anything to modulate their intake. And if you're modulating your intake, it's something that you should probably take a closer look at.
Yeah. How do you feel about running into a pitch black forest in the middle of the night because you're quote addicted to running?
I don't know how I feel about that. I used to, and this is bad. So I was training on tour, and what I would do is I would just run. If I had a 10-mile run, I would run in one direction for 5 miles. And then I would have to turn around and run the rest of the way home because now I'm committed.
Yeah.
But if you do that in Philadelphia, you're not smart.
Yeah. Mile 4.5. You're like,
yeah. You're on tour. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was like, those people must be fans. They're yelling at me. Nope. That's not what it is.
That's not going to happen. You're on tour now with Hootie and the Blowfish. I mean, you guys have been, pals and musical friends for an extremely, extremely long time. Is it true, because, and I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, I had never heard this. Tom and I were talking, and is it true that, like, when Darius signed and those guys are signing, that they basically stuck up for you and said, hey, bring this guy along with us?
Yeah, and Collective Soul. So
wow.
It's us and Collective Soul and Hootie. And so at that time, Collective Soul was already on Atlantic.
Okay.
And they were, and obviously everybody wanted Hootie. And Atlantic showed up. And I was opening for Hootie at the time, and all the guys in Hootie were like, you need to sign him too, and the Atlantic people were like, yeah, we'll do whatever it takes. You want me to sign your fathead friend to get you to sign with us? Sure, that's what we'll do. That's what we're doing. So yeah, I spend my life trying to repay those guys. I mean, but to be fair, like once I got on the label, Ed and Collective Soul, those guys were real advocates for me because I was obviously at the bottom of the roster. I wasn't like anybody they were interested in. And I know specifically a couple of occasions where Ed actually went to the president, Doug Morris, and to talk to him about promoting me, which, that's uniquely a Southern band thing to do, right?
Yeah.
We all got along so well, and like us and Driving and Crying and Collective Soul and Jack, God, I'm trying to think of some of the other bands, Dylan Fence and Uncle Mingo and all the bands at the time. We were all very supportive of each other, and Jump Little Children. It continues to this day.
You're naming a lot of bands I haven't heard in a minute, man. That's crazy. Yeah, I forgot that there was an explosion in the South with like our alternative rock bands and our singer-songwriters that, really, how does it feel? Is it like that now? Like, do you see that now when you're touring?
Yeah. So the bands, all of our little group of musicians are still close. Like I saw Clay Cook the other day. He plays with Zach Brown, but we're all still close with each other, and we spend as much time as possible on tour. Trying to be as supportive as we can, but it's amazing to have a 10-year career in this business, much less 35 or 40.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because, like, I was watching an interview with you, and I actually pulled it up to show it to Tom because we are, we were lifelong radio guys, and then we went to do podcasting, and one of the things that we, our characteristics, I guess, that we like is when you have that affinity for grinding and really working hard. And you made a phrase in this interview. You said between the ages of 20 and 35, and this is you talking to, I guess, your own children. You said you are not allowed to be embarrassed. You are not allowed to stop grinding. You got to just get out there. Don't be embarrassed and do your thing. Where did that come from? And can you explain maybe a little bit of that, mantra to our audience?
Well, it was from my own experience, and I think part of it is when I was 18, I was kind of too dumb to know any kind of social barrier. Like if I wanted to know how to do something, I just found the person that knew how to do the thing, and then politely and genuinely just asked them for help. And what I discovered was if you're 18. If you're a young person from the 18 to 25 range and you go to someone who knows how to do the thing you want to do and you genuinely ask them to teach you, people will fall all over themselves to help you. And it's a resource that is so underutilized. I can't stress it enough. Your ability to succeed in life is in direct relation to your ability to just simply ask for help. Like, for instance, I walked into this bus company in North Charleston, introduced myself to the owner, Charles, this guy named Charles, and I said, listen, I don't know how to drive a bus. I found this bus for sale in a farm field, and it'll be cheaper than buying a van, and it'll be cheaper than, it'll be easier for me to tour as a musician to have this bus. But I don't know how to drive the bus. Will you teach me how to drive this bus? And this man got up from his desk, put me in his truck, and drove me out into this farm field, helped me buy this bus, taught me how to drive it, let me store it at his bus company because he was so shocked that some 18-year-old was going to take the initiative to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what, like that's what kids don't realize, like how genuinely interested people my age are to help them.
True.
Like I started a land clearing business for this kid because he asked me for a job.
Right.
Like I'm telling you, there are tons of people out in this world that have done well, or that are in this stage in life where they know that what's next is stewardship.
Yeah.
And they have to check the box that any successful career has to have a component of stewardship. And all of us, and especially Gen Xers, we're all sitting here waiting for you, this younger generation, to ask us how we did it.
Yeah,
You're
right. You're exactly right. And were your parents like that? Like, how do you think you were able to get that at such a young age? I mean, you hear the stories. It seems like, maybe you refer to yourself as not being that bright, but it sounds like you were, and that you also, like you said, weren't embarrassed to ask, very simple questions. How did you get that from your mom and dad? Is that just something how did you get that?
I'm Gen X, so we were unsupervised. But for whatever reason, my family calls me Henry Kissinger because I'm the one that negotiates everybody into a solution.
Okay.
Because I've always thought like that. Anger's easy and arguments are easy. That's lazy. Finding solutions is difficult.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
So I've always found it really interesting to find solutions. And it's partly because I'm so dyslexic. I couldn't read when I was a kid. Like, really? I had a hard time reading, and I'm as ADD as it comes. So I don't remember insults and like emotional injury. It slips right out of my mind. So you can hurt my feelings for about 45 seconds. I'm like a goldfish, right? Then I get back to trying to find a solution. And so somewhere between being dyslexic and ADD as hell, I found this kind of niche to where I find solutions.
That's awesome.
And that's it.
I love it. I love how genuinely positive you are without being like an inspirational poster. You know what I mean? Like and I know you probably get tired of that. And I heard you in an interview say that you get a lot of people telling you how genuine you are. And but it's something you could never get tired. I guess you could never get tired of that, man. You're so authentic, and it's cool.
I've often debated on doing a post where like, hey, wait a second, pump the brakes. Like, I'm also an a-hole some days. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's plenty of times where I've been irrationally angry at some douchebag in a car next to me, right? But it's okay to be all those things. No one is one thing all the time. Like, things happen. People are human. But what I learned, and this is a benefit to Talbot, is that you can always choose to do the next right thing, right? Like I can make a mistake and then go, you know what? I don't have to cover that up and just start tripling down. I can just stop and go, right. Hey, that was unkind. I apologize. And now we're starting with a clean slate. Like I get a little nervous sometimes that people are giving me a little too much credit for being nice all the time. I'm not nice all the time.
It's interesting to hear that because you could tell that in some interviews you're kind of like, oh man, here they come again with this guy's so genuine. Like enough.
Yeah, well, I just get nervous because I feel like if I was watching that, I would be like, something's up with him. Like I would start not to trust it. You know what I mean? I would get, and that's another thing. Like I skirt the edge a little bit too, because like you want to do a lot of nice things in the community, but like then a lot of times I'm like, listen, don't tell anybody I did this, because I don't want people to think I'm doing it performatively.
Right.
Like I just want things to be. I just want to do good things. And that was another thing. Like, you don't always have to do the right thing for the right reason. I had this friend. She's in an AA group of mine, and she used to pick up cigarette butts after the meeting. She would clean up outside. And then one time she told me, she goes, the reason I do that is because I like it when the guys look at my butt.
But she's doing a good thing, and it doesn't matter why.
And the byproduct is it's a clean parking lot, you know?
Doesn't matter why, you know. Doesn't matter why.
Edwin, I have to ask you, because we're down here in Florida. I'm a boatman, and I know this show doesn't exist anymore, but I want to ask you about flipping ships. Because it was just interesting to me. And then I
didn't even know it was on. Then we watched an episode. That's a damn good show.
Yeah, and I also saw a YouTube mini documentary about the whole flipping ships, which I'm sure you watched it too, which they were explaining like why they think or they theorize it's not on the air anymore and what happened to it. And so
I've never seen that.
Oh, it's on YouTube. Some YouTuber.
I've never seen that.
Oh yeah, we can.
Okay.
We'll pass it to your agent. We'll throw it to you.
Yeah, it's just like
no. You got to send me that. I can't wait.
It was just like why flipping ships went off the air, and then you know how those like mini YouTube there's like some dude in his basement that has all the clips, and
this
he's
is
like,
where we get all our news, by the way. It's from mini YouTube documentaries.
Oh, please tell me there's a conspiracy theory, because I'll tell you why.
Okay. I'll tell you what this person came up with.
Right.
This person said that it was too hard to flip them in time, and it was too big of a budget and production expense and time to flip the actual boats from basically boatyard to
That's
finish
pretty
product.
much it.
All right, well, you got it right.
Well, I mean, to be fair, when we did the pilot episode, I literally found 2 identical boats. So it was like one of those cooking shows where they stick the thing in the oven, but then they already have one that's done out of the oven. And so I was like, wow, that was easy. And then we started trying to actually flip the boats. And we had like 15 days to shoot an episode. And 15 days to shoot an episode, it'd be enough 15 days to just flip a boat would be impossible.
Right.
But 15 days to actually do all the shots it takes and flip the boat. And I was literally in the shop one night, like 5 o'clock in the morning, with a grinder when a cutting blade came flying off and grazed my arm, and I was like, "What am I doing, dude?"
Yeah.
And we had one close call where we were putting a boat in the water, and because we had been up all night long doing it, we had reversed the transmission controls, so forward was reverse and reverse was forward, and it was a close call. Like, somebody almost got hurt, and that was kind of when I threw the flag, and I was like, look, man, it's different when you can, like, Chip Foose can roll a car out that doesn't have an engine, but we're putting people in boats on the water.
Right.
Like, this isn't cool. Like this, somebody's going to end up getting really hurt, and we're going to all be standing around going, that wasn't worth it. Like, let's either double the budget or double the time. And neither of those things is possible.
Yeah.
So, and I think very smartly it was okay to let that go. But it was fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing it.
Are you still a boater? Do you still dabble? Because I found it interesting too. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I came home one night at like 5 o'clock in the morning and got in bed and looked at my wife and said, I don't like boats anymore.
Oh, I ruined it for all the time.
Oh, no. That's the worst. We didn't want to hear that. That breaks my heart.
Although I do like when someone takes their passion, turns it into a job, and it ruins their passion.
Yeah, we're doing that right now with
We're
doing that right now with podcasting. Right now, this started as a hobby, and we got to this pinnacle. We're talking to celebrities. We have Edwin McCain. We've been wanting to talk to you. We talked to you one time in the radio days, but not on our own podcast. And we were wanting to talk to you. Here we are doing it, and I got the same thing. I'm going to go home tonight, lay in bed. I don't like it anymore.
I don't like podcasting anymore. But I will say this: I love sailing. I still like boats. I eventually will. But what I've learned is it's not a hobby. Like you have to be in the lifestyle and love all of it. Like I love all of the music lifestyle. Like I'm getting ready to drive our bus into a hurricane to play a gig, and I love all of it. But like with boating, like you got to love all of it. It's not just going out on the boat. You got to also love all the preventative maintenance and cleaning the hull and doing all the stuff. You got to love that stuff. Otherwise, it's not going to get done. And if it doesn't get done, now you got problems.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the difference, I think.
Yeah, and just going back, and we'll end with this, because I will tell my sons, like they're 9 and 10 now, they're young, but you're exactly right with people will help you along the way, and you'll be surprised. Like I'm surprised how little people even ask us in the podcasting world for like.
Well, we're not very nice.
No. If any 18-year-old out of high school is like, I want to be a professional podcaster, will you guys teach me how to do it? We'd do it. And if they showed up every day, we'd give them stuff to do and then teach them along the way. Free education.
Girls only.
And it's like a lot of people would do that. And it's amazing what people will help you with if you just ask them and then show up every day and work hard. And that's another thing. And
you guys need to go on YouTube and type in Branford Marsalis on students.
Got it.
And watch his answer to a question and roll on the floor of how much truth he tells in this answer, because there's the hitch, right? There's the difference between somebody showing up for an internship and somebody showing up and really grinding.
Right.
There's a difference.
Yeah, there absolutely is.
And then people will recognize that, and I think the human beings like that spirit. That
it's fulfilling, dude. It's fulfilling to pass on knowledge.
And if you see a person that wants it real bad and is willing to work for it, you want it for them. You're like, I'll help you get this because you're so passionate about
it. It's inspiring. It is.
And that's almost as easy as it's kind of easy.
Yeah.
But the problem is getting that spirit is I don't know how you do that. That's a problem.
The best example of that is the CEO of the Ritz-Carlton is a guy named Horst Schulze. I'm not sure if he's still the CEO, but he started as a dishwasher. Like, get your head around that. He started his journey with the Ritz-Carlton as a dishwasher, and he did such an excellent job at every job he had that he moved all the way into the CEO's chair.
Yeah.
And his advice to young people was, he said, do everything you're doing excellently, and the reward is the excellence. And everything that happens is a byproduct of that excellence. And you can't deny dude was right.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, like when he's standing there and he did it. You're right.
But Edwin, but some people do get broken down because they feel like they did all the right things. It just hasn't happened yet. And to that, I'm like, well, that will happen because like life is like poker. There's skill and luck involved, and sometimes you play it right and you get bad luck, and that happens. But over time,
I would say you got to read Malcolm Gladwell's book Outliers, because I feel like that book really highlights the importance of timing and luck. And so those can be sort of esoteric ideas,
Yeah.
or if you understand them, you can understand how to apply yourself when it shows up. Like when the timing shows up, really knowing how to step on the gas makes a difference. And that book is that book also put forward the idea of 10,000 hours. Like whatever it is you want to do to become an expert, you have to spend 10,000 hours doing it. And the quicker you get to your 10,000 hours, the better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're right, and I know that you're a big timing guy, and you're exactly right. It's like sometimes you just have to wait until the right time, or take advantage of an opportunity in the timing.
Well, like 25 to 30, you were 25 to 30, 20 to 35, you were grinding it out as hard as humanly possible, and then now, do you feel like that set you up for this time when you can go? And again, I don't want to not say this again. The appearance that was scheduled for tonight has been rescheduled to Sunday. So if you're going to see Hootie and the Blowfish, the summer camp with Trucks Tour, Collective Soul, and our new friend Edwin McCain, well, there you go. It's on Sunday now. But yeah, you weren't trying to set yourself up, but do you feel like that grind, those grinding years, that really set you up for what you're doing now?
Yeah, because in Hilton Head, I was playing 10 shows a week, and they were 4-hour shows. So, and I was playing to tourists who didn't come to hear me. So the challenge was, like, how do you entertain people that really didn't come to be entertained without being obtrusive? Like, you have to draw them in by being compelling,
right?
Or hopefully. And so I sat there and I stunk for a long time. Like I was like, people ignored me. They had their backs to me. I had to figure out what made them turn around. And that was my 10,000 hours. But then more than that, like I really love playing music, right? I discovered that I was willing to do anything to be able to do this forever, right? And that was sort of that internal lesson that I had to learn. It was like, I mean, do you really, really, really want to do this? Because like this is it.
Yeah.
Here you are. You dropped out of college, and your dad cut you off, and now you're on your own. I mean, is it? And at the time, the solo acoustic guitar player guy, there's a ceiling on that. Like there's I think you can probably max that out at $50K a year, and you can live on that. That's fine. But is that where you want to be? Because that you can max that out, and that's what you're going to do for the next 30 years. Is that what we're doing? And so there were some moments where I had to like really ask the questions, but at that time, it was it. That's all. And I stand by the decision because the end result has been much more than money. It's been friendships, and relationships, and like I'm sure you guys know this too, especially being in radio. At the end of the day, the money comes and goes, but what's truly important are these relationships, these friendships that you've made over your lifetime, and people that you genuinely care about and that you can call on that live all over the country, and you can literally go to almost any city and have a friend.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's cool,
right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's so inspiring talking to you, and we certainly do appreciate it, especially in lieu of the hurricane that is hitting Florida. Edwin, thank you so much for your time, man, and good luck with the shows. I know you're driving the bus now, so good luck by
drive safe.
Yeah, drive safe. Put your bus hat on, and please be very careful because we had a hell of a good time chatting with you, man. Thank you for your time.
I'll see you around.
All right, brother. Be good.
Edwin.
There you go, Edwin McCain. He's a casual dude, right?
Yeah. You see, it's funny because you see, like, what he did, and just doing the research, you're like, oh, this guy is a grinder, and then no matter what he does, like, he's just like, oh, I'm going to try to this, and he puts it all in.
He reminds me of Guy Torrey a little bit in that, like, he'll go on any show and, like, put on a really good interview.
Yeah.
I would like to think that this one being decent was us. I don't think it was. That was Edwin.
Also, he's right as far as the training goes. Like, I thought about this too, because you start looking back as you get older, and you're like, oh, I bet you, like back in the day, in the radio days, when I like agreed to do a daily bit, and then eventually doing 2 bits a day, right?
Yeah.
That was horrible.
But you were open to them, and you were taking them on.
Yeah, because I was like $20 at a time. I'll do it.
Yeah, no,
I just do it for.
But think about that. Like, no, I'm glad
Yeah,
you're bringing this up. But think about how open you were to like you were taking. You would have piled on anything they gave you, right?
Yeah.
There was,
Because,
and there
that's
was no
irrational confidence.
But think about how that's a good thing to have. That's what I think. That's what he's talking about with the you're not allowed to be embarrassed, or you're not allowed to have a threshold.
Or
you're supposed to take on as much as you like. Don't take on as much as take on everything.
Yeah, and then you do learn an insane amount by taking on everything, especially when you're young. And
You really do get to learn your limits.
Yeah, and then you look back, and I'm like, I bet I trained my brain for years to think quickly and try to and the pressure of like, hey, you got a live thing that you got to do at 8 and 10 every day, and it's like that helps you with the pressure of anything really. It's like, oh, you gotta like I gotta think of something because I'm terrified to fail, and terrified to look like an idiot, and so then you get to a point where you look back and you're like, that helped me at the time. I hated it, and I hated the company for even like thinking that I should be able to do it. Like I was like, who can this is insane. Like I shouldn't do this. It's horrible. Anyway, and then now I look back, I'm like, I'm glad I did it, because my brain probably wouldn't have worked the same way. It just I trained myself, over those years, and that helped me. And then I was like, with my kids, but how do you
pass that on?
Like how do you like it seems like a person just has that internal drive that
I think it's a combination of things. I don't think it's an all or nothing, because I think like for Edwin, for instance, I don't think he's going to grind on everything. I think you would see that.
Just whatever he's interested in. Yeah.
Exactly.
Finding
interest is hard as hell, dude.
That's because some people, I truly believe, don't really have any passion and interest.
I agree.
And I really didn't, and I don't even know why I'm like this today, because I look back at my son Max, like, is passionate about all this stuff, and then Tommy's kind of like
aloof, a little aloof,
and he's
right?
like, I'm not really, I don't care about it. So like I don't, and then it's.
I wonder how your dad would. I feel like whenever we talk about this, where we really miss information in our Venn diagram of how we're figuring this out, is like. But, like, I would imagine your dad, just off the top of my head, I'm like, well, his interest obviously would have been the sea or boats or building boats.
Yeah, he was a grinder. He's on all types of different things.
But what was his hobby? Was he a hobby guy?
Yeah, fishing, hunting. He had an airboat.
What about
drag
your mom?
racing.
Did your mom just kind of go with his hobbies? Maybe you got that from her.
Well, no, my mom didn't have any, like crafts.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, she was a stay-at-home mom.
I didn't have that kind of mom either. Yeah, my mom didn't do any of the craft. There was no crafting in our house.
But my dad had like a race car.
So he had a bunch of little things.
And he had an airboat.
Yeah, I forgot he had a race car.
And a regular boat that he fished on Saturday, and he airboated on Saturdays.
Oh, this guy
and
was
fished on
full
Sunday.
of awesome hobbies.
No, yeah, then he hunted.
He was killing it.
Yeah, then he
had black powder guns, right?
Yeah. So, and then he had all, like, and then obviously with all that, then he worked as a diesel mechanic and some other, he had a bunch of stuff. That's probably where my ADD is, just doing a bunch of different things at the same time. But who knows, I don't know. Those traits are weird because they're all mixed around, and you're never going to get any sort of definitive, like, oh, this came from this. That doesn't work like that.
I think about that. My dad didn't really. I would say that my dad had zero hobbies. Absolutely zero. Like, my dad was the quintessential get up, go to his salesman job, the Willie Loman, death of a salesman.
Yeah,
you get up, you eat your breakfast, you're drinking coffee on the toilet with your tie over your shoulder. You get up, you leave at 8. You're back right before 5. You come in as dinner's getting on, the old American. As the dinner's on the table, I'm there. I'd finish my homework. I'd see Dad. I'd hang out with him. He'd watch a little TV, get up, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, but
no hobby.
But the thing is, like, I'm always, and I got to remind myself, because I'm always like, oh, yeah, this grinding and this super hard being addicted to work or whatever you're into is the way. But that may not be the way.
It's not the only way.
It's not the only way. And it's also like, if you really analyze
it's the way for some people.
But if you really analyze it, like, it's kind of a curse. sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy, like, you know, Edwin was just talking about, like, he starts his boat show, and then he's at 5 a.m. grinding on some boat trying to make it work, and then he's like, what the hell am I doing?
Right.
Yeah, I think sometimes you get to that point, you're like, work.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what? I've built myself a prison of work.
Yeah.
And then you're like, why did I do that?
I think a lot of people do that.
You know,
well, then that kind of dips into like prioritization, you know, of like, you know, where are your priorities? Why are you putting so much time into that? You're getting no joy out of that, or even worse, this is hurting you.
Yeah.
You're doing this, and you think that the grind mentality is helping you. I mean, it's not. It's not helping you.
Also, I don't want to.
I think Edwin McCain called back and left a message, but I'm too chicken to check it like right now.
Oh, see what he left here.
I don't want to hear it. I'm like, what is like? I get nervous.
No, it's a positive message. It was
good.
I heard him become engaged once he knew that it wasn't going to be a standard radio BS interview, that we actually did work.
Research, yeah.
Cause
do you want? Can I tell everybody my trick that I try to do?
What?
I tried to do it with the Dick DeVenzio basketball camp. I try to find something that I know they did as a kid, and I like to throw it at them right before we get them on the air, because I found that it puts them in a good mood.
Well, it shows
celebrities.
You're doing. He also respects work, and if we're doing our job and we're putting the work and effort into talking to him and like actually asking him interesting questions instead of like, how's it working with Hootie? Like some big fat
Hootie on the phone.
Yeah.
Are you driving Hootie's bus? Who are you?
Yeah.
Edwin, we want to talk to Hootie or the Collective brothers.
Yeah, sing your song, I'll be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing. You didn't do any research or even like care
Let's
to.
see what he said. Hold on, I'm trying to find it here. They changed everything. I can read the transcript of it.
All right.
No. Oh, yeah, he doesn't want this on the air. Hey, it is a 1, and I just wanted to call back and say thank you so much for the interview. My cell phone number is blah, blah, blah. Call me for anything, any of the things we discussed. I am always open to help you guys out.
That's cool that he said, yeah.
Wow, look at that.
You know, it's probably, again, he's done
he's our new best friend.
100 of interviews, and they're all, you know, shallow nothings.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
I heard in his voice when he picked up, he's like, I'm expecting a shallow nothing.
But we turned him around. Okay, here's what we do. Me, you, Mo DeWitt, and all of our listeners, Private Edwin McCain party, because he's our new best friend. I think we can get him for free now, because he really likes us. He really likes us.
Don't do anything for free.
He's our best friend now. Big 90s Edwin McCain 90s party. I'll be Tom and Dan present. I'll be a night with Edwin McCain.
All right. Well, should we take a break?
I mean, we're basically done with the show.
Well, then let's go back to like
a point that we already made and drive it home harder.
This is something that I have. Crystal gets mad at me because she's like, "You don't have any joy. Something's wrong with you."
You've been saying this a lot lately. It hurts me a little bit because I see glimmers of joy.
No. But then I'm like, who has joy? And back to like our Monday BDM conversation. It's like, I don't see anything different with any other stressed out dads out there that are, you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
All my friends, and then people like accuse me of like, oh, Miami friend syndrome. All you know is your friends around you, and you think everybody's like that. And I obviously am biased by I only see what I see in my own environment,
sure.
right?
I think everybody is.
But then I see a lot of BDMs, and everybody's like has struggles, and like, you know, I know some people may have more joy than I do, but I think it's different with everybody. And then it's like, what does that mean? Like, yeah, you do get enjoyment out of, like, I think everybody's just working and with their kids and
Yeah, I think you're trying to figure out where the underlining line of like what defines joy. Like, yeah, and you also I feel like when people do that, you almost feel like a little attacked.
Well, I just like, I'm I'm not seeing anything different from anybody else around me.
Right.
You know, I'm like, I'm not acting different. Like, I'm not, some miserable DM.
But no, I don't think you are. But like, I think that it's just like, I don't know, maybe you seem more quiet, and I think people, maybe they're even amplifying what they think you would act like if you found joy. Would you be like, oh, like, what are you going to what are you going to do?
But what does that mean? It's like, it's like you have to.
Pudge did have some joy on the cruise. Yeah, the chat room checking in. They're like, was Pudge joyful on the cruise? Yeah, he won $10,000.
Yeah,
of course he had joy.
I'll have joy if I win $10,000. I just gave my money to the cruise ship like everybody else. Every other sucker. By the way,
my wife's pretty joyful though. She's annoyingly joyful.
Is she just joyful all the time?
Yeah, pretty joyful. She's always smiling and laughing.
Okay,
making jokes.
Yeah. I guess some people are just joyful all the
time.
Some
people are, but I don't necessarily think because we're older that we're like, sorry, the joy's gone.
No, I don't think that either. But I don't see it out there. It's like, who's having this joyful, great time every day? It's like, it's ebbs and flows, right?
I think everybody has ebbs and flows.
Okay, yeah. I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's the
proper amount of joy? Nobody knows. As much as you can get your hands on, right?
Yeah.
It
comes in spurts.
It's fun, and I think everybody thinks it's sort of fun to call you the grumpy guy. Oh, this guy doesn't have any joy. Well, they don't even see your joy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it does feel very like they're attacking the guy who doesn't have outward joy. Well, let's say you had joy, and maybe you just don't put a joy on your face. There are plenty of people I know that do that. I was talking to Maisie about this. Maisie's like, are you okay? Like, she'll do that with me a lot because I'll get this face. Let me see if I can do it. I was doing it for Andrea. Watch this face. I know this doesn't work for radio or podcasting, but just assume I'm going to have a very serious face. This is the face I have when you're texting me something about the business that may or may not be, like, not good. I'm like this.
Oh. Yeah.
It's a weird face. It's a weird face. And then, what's wrong? Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily, like, sometimes my face just look like, leave me alone. Is that what you want to tell people? Just leave me alone.
No. That's what grumpy old men say.
Okay, so you're not supposed to say that.
No. Yeah.
But I feel like everybody takes things, like everybody's different. So it's like to expect you to act like I would act when I'm joyful is not fair. But that's why I defend you. And then people get mad at me. They're like, don't defend him. He has no joy. And I'm like, okay.
No, but I don't even see what other, like, I honestly don't even really see your joy. Really? You know, like
you don't. Oh my God! I got it out right now.
Yeah, I don't see my friends that I know. They're like outward joy. Like I'm like, who's having this joy you're talking about?
So you're sort of saying it's an unfair expectation to measure you saying like, well, you're saying you don't see my joy, but I don't see any joy.
Well, I don't see other people's outward joy that often. Like. I don't
even know what that means.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't understand. Like all the people I know, they work hard. They get home.
The chat room is saying maybe this will help. He says we don't care that he doesn't feel joy. We care that he. I'll edit that. He craps on everyone else having joy.
Oh well, that's funny to me. Yeah. Now you're confusing what's funny to me, and like, I don't do this outside of the show.
I'll give you an outward joy. If
on the show, it's funny.
If you'd have seen me this morning, you would have seen outward joy. I may get in trouble for sharing this, but Andrea and I were getting up. Maisie had come in there she was taking the dog downstairs. So she takes the dog downstairs, and Andrea was in there, and Andrea's getting ready. And I don't know what made me do this, but she was taking her shirt off, and then she had her exposed boobs. And I was like, I put my hands up like I was going to, like, hit him like a punching bag. And then she came behind me and then jiggled him on my back, and I expressed outward joy. I was joyful.
Okay, all right.
Having some boobies on me.
Okay.
You could even ask my wife. I came to her later, and I said, hey, just so you know, you doing that gave me joy. I did say that.
Okay.
I was like, I enjoyed that.
So shadow boxing your wife's teeth.
It gives me joy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's
100% joy.
I don't see it, so.
If you saw it, you'd be joyful.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good.
Well, I'll be joyful if my wife lets me box her teeth.
No, I didn't do it. I just pretended.
Yeah.
And then she like did the thing. She did the move that the masseuse does in Nuru, where you do them on the back. You know, I was like,
rub them.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway,
this went poorly.
We will see you Monday.
It is wait, we're coming back.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome back. And we're gonna leave that in so I can be dumb.
We both do this where someone says like, "Hey, this is my name." I'm like, "All right, 3, 2." What's your name again?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, how fast did it leave your brain?
It was never in there. I have full transparency. When you said, I said, which is this? And you're like, we're coming back. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah.
I turned you off. And I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that.
Favre.
I know. I apologize. I was having some problems putting my shirt on this morning, but I just used my left hand to put my right arm through the hole.
When you finally tell the doctor, like, I forget everything immediately once they tell me, the doctor's like, that's a problem. That's real bad.
Why go to Congress to say that, too? Because isn't everybody sitting around you? They have it, too. Like, right? Everyone around you has it. Okay.
The head of all this has it.
Anyway. Hey, we haven't talked to this guy in a minute, and he's one of my favorite people. He's one of my favorite members of the Tom and Dan Hour team. It is our very good friend, Game Show Drew. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, yo, hurricane party, baby.
Hurricane party. I appreciate you making it out here. We are in the middle of, well, I guess we are. It's not raining outside, but I guess we're in the middle of a storm.
Yeah.
Well, this is, going to air Monday.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
pre-recorded.
but still,
We're recording it during Thursday.
I'm just saying.
And also, when Daniel's like, one of my favorite people I have never talked to in a long time.
No, he emails me all the time. You're just grumpy. This guy's just like inherently everything he says is grumpiness. Everything he says is grumpiness.
I'm making fun of you. You make fun of me. I make fun of Drew.
Okay, fine.
That's
Make
how
fun
it
of me.
works.
Well, yeah, you're going to like how this works out.
How you doing, Drew?
I'm good. It's good to be here.
So,
He seems awfully low-key for Game Show Drew.
What?
You seem a little reserved. You seem like a little dialed back for like the normal Game Show Drew that I know.
I usually put my toes in the water before I jump in.
Okay,
I think, yeah.
fair enough. Well, what have you been up to? What has been going on in the world of Game Show Drew since we haven't seen you in a minute?
Actually, just recently, nothing. I haven't got nothing.
Okay.
I'm nothing much.
nothing. How's work going?
Work's good.
Are you? You have joy, Drew?
I do have joy.
Yeah. What do you do every day?
He smiles a lot.
You go to work, then you go home.
Yeah.
And then that's it, right? Just like
Yeah.
everybody else.
Yeah. Video games.
Okay,
Yeah,
you do some video games?
I do some video games.
Yeah,
too. What
yeah.
are your games?
So right now I do GameFly. So I just got
GameFly. What are you? 2003?
Yes.
GameFly. You rent games?
It's $19. Yeah, rent games. Resident Evil 4 Remake is what I'm playing right now.
Okay.
And then the other game, it's escaping me right now, but it's freaking awesome. You're like...
Must so awesome you forgot it.
Yeah, you destroy ghosts.
Okay.
And
These sound like
sounds
baby.
dorky.
These sound like baby games, but I play
scary, dude.
I play Madden. I play man's game. It's rooted in reality where I'm.
Children
It's
play
modern day
Madden.
slave trading. I'm just buying humans and like trading them with other people. It's actually quite bad.
what does your wife say, Drew? Does she get mad at you for playing too many video games?
Is she a gamer?
We talked about this once. She'll play the Lego games with me.
Okay.
But I usually don't play if she's up and around the house. I'm hanging with her.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. That's a good move.
But you don't got kids, right?
Nope.
No kids?
Dogs. I got a 17-year-old Chihuahua, no teeth, and then
Oh, you're one of those
Yeah,
people.
I am, and then I got a blind something else.
Okay,
It's
I
that
like how you talked about your dog.
misfortunate.
Are you gonna like get a new one? You think?
No.
So
when
once these two go,
Yeah.
All right.
Because I had 3,
Yeah.
and when I lost the first one, I was like, this sucks.
Yeah,
This wasn't like this when you were a kid.
Yeah, losing dogs as an adult. I think losing dogs when you're a kid is easier. I believe that.
It is.
Maisie has handled this easier than I have. I can't lose dogs anymore. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on the we're not going to get another one even as a companion for Dansby. I talk big, but that will not happen. I can't do any more dog death.
When I come to your house and you have a dog with no teeth, its tongue's hanging out, it's
Yeah.
got a diaper, and it's a white milky eyes,
yeah.
and you're gagging some sort of seizure medication down his mouth, I think a little bit less of you. I'm just like, well, why are you doing this?
I will say that
Your love for this animal, I think, has turned into some weird... psycho.
Keep it alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're breaking its legs so that it won't run, and
It's
you're
a Munchausen's.
you're making it write a book.
Yeah, it's a slight Munchausen's
It's crazy.
misery scenario.
I love my little lumpy dog, dude.
Yeah, I love my dogs too. I will say that since Maggie, and we'll get to the game show here in a second, since Maggie has passed, I have noticed that the house smells, insanely better that she's passed.
Yeah.
It's so much better in the house now that she's dead. Oh my God, you have no idea.
Old and
My whole
incontinent
house,
dog.
you didn't tell me, my whole house smelled like a dumpster. It was terrible. Now, not that bad.
All right, let's get into it, Drew.
Well, he has a theme song first.
Oh, God.
I know. I gotta go. Gotta do it right.
Handcrafted
He
just
does-
for you all.
Game show Drew, as is the norm with his game shows. He always comes with a myriad of different games, but he also comes with a custom theme song. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the newest Game Show Drew theme song entitled Tom vs. Dan.
Tom versus Dan. Dan versus Tom. Godzilla, King Kong, Dong. King said, ring the gong. Tom been working out and he getting real buff, but he bootied in his pants, so it may not be enough. Little Danny Dennis, the menace to society, but could he really win it when he's riddled with anxiety? Touch gloves, show love. It's the end of the song. Let's get it on. DJ Girl.
Where were you? Were you doing your
Applebee's?
vocals at a Panera? Like, what were you doing? Yeah, it sounded like you were at Applebee's.
My wife's watching Real Housewives in the background.
You got to go into your bedroom and do that.
That's just when I added that one last, the farting at the end.
Well, be a professional. Go to a studio when you record your farts like I do.
I want to imagine your wife asking you, like, they play that on their show? They
she
let you
hates it,
play
so
that?
she hates it.
Like,
What does she think of the relationship we have with you?
I think she thinks it's cool because I was a big fan of this show.
You know, we've
before it
never
was ever
seen
on
her.
it.
She may not be real.
No, definitely
In fact,
not.
I think everybody, like, I think,
Yeah.
Okay, all of our
Anybody-
team
yeah,
members,
they're all
like,
nuts.
Remy's wife is not real.
yeah.
I don't even know if Seth Petrozelli's wife is real. Like, most of the people that are, like, part of this show, I don't think their wives are real.
So, good job, Drew.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I liked it.
That's my best one,
I thought it
right?
was some of your best work.
Okay.
Because you did like 3 different takes on that, right? You did a main vocal, you did a passing vocal, and then you went through and did your sound effects.
Yep.
Three cuts? Yeah, that's good.
It's amazing to put so much work
That's
into
his
something
joy. That's his joy, though.
with so little enthusiasm.
No,
It sounds like you hate doing it, which I kind of like. I
you're
kinda
bringing
like-
him around in a really
Yeah.
weird way.
I like that you hate it, but
Yeah.
but then it's also, oh my God, it seems like a lot of work.
Yeah,
For,
it's hard to figure this out.
Yeah, anyway.
It's hard to understand someone both being enthusiastic and hating it at the same time.
So, for those of you who haven't heard the segment, Game Show Drew takes clips and trivia from a corporate time, a mediocre time, the BDM shows, all of our content. We do a lot, and he asks us trivia questions about that content.
And we never remember anything.
Yeah, we can't remember
I'm
what
the
we
worst
said.
at this. You're probably the best at it. When Sam was here, she was pretty good at it.
Sam was the best,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm really bad at it because, like, not only do I not hear any of the things that we say on the show, I don't care about any of the things.
But then when I hear them back, I'm like, oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I do
I'm
laugh
like,
at the
pretty
show. If
good.
I'm listening to the show outside of doing it, I laugh at a lot of stuff.
But then I got-
namely me, though. I think I'm pretty funny.
Yeah, but then I get mad because I'm like, we should be more rich. If we're that funny.
Yeah, I'm like, we're funnier than. I mean, we're definitely funnier than Talk Tua.
We're
We're definitely funnier than that, but we're nowhere near as rich as Talk Tua.
or as popular.
No.
Which will really get you as an artist.
It's
now
a stinger.
I see. Yeah.
It's a stinger.
If you're an artist and other worse artists are making way
Yeah.
more money, you're like, whoa.
You know what it makes me want to do?
How does this work?
And you can tell me if this is wrong, but you know what it makes me want to do? It makes me want to shoot up a place. Is that bad to say in this day and age? It does. Like, if I'm an artist and you're getting richer than me and I am not succeeding, but I'm funnier, right?
You got me
Something
with
must
that,
be
yeah.
done. Okay.
All right. What do you got, Drew? Let's start with number one.
Well, first of all, I should probably tell you, there's stakes on the table. I know.
Steaks on the
So
table.
usually
Yeah.
there's like a prize or something you win, right? At the end of this?
Yeah,
But
so-
you always give garbage, like the fish mask that stunk up the whole studio that I had to throw out.
My gardening claws.
Those were
Well,
great.
those were great. That's like yeah, okay, never mind.
Last week you talked about this occurrence in Orlando where cars are getting vandalized, but you think it's fake just so
Yeah.
people could get like
It is
attention.
fake. And then Charles sent me like AI versions of his car with spray paint on it, and he thought he's getting one over on me, and I'm like, come on, Charles.
Well, the winner today gets to take these chalk markers and chalk up the other person's car with whatever they want.
All right, okay.
I won't let anyone chalk my car. Sorry. That's not happening.
Yeah.
I will kill you if you chalk my
You
car.
already heard him
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
shooting. It's crazy.
What if it was just your windows?
I would allow my windows.
Windows.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
no, he paid a lot of money for his tent.
Yeah, I did. I just got
you
a
don't want
tent.
chalking up his windows.
Yeah, I know. Don't just, you know what? Just get the hell out of our studio. This has run its course. It's over.
You can chalk up my truck. It's,
Okay.
There's 1,000 dents on one side of
Wait,
it.
we could circle the dents on your truck like Howard Stern used to circle women's bodies' dimples.
Yeah.
Remember that?
There's
He'd have ladies come in. I've always wanted to do this. He'd let ladies come in and he'd get a grease pencil and he'd draw on the areas that they need help.
Weren't you watching some of the 90s?
Yeah, I was watching it
compilation
yesterday. I
about
was watching
how
it
horrible
yesterday,
everybody was about like body image
Oh,
or
yeah.
something.
I was watching it yesterday. It's so horrible, the stuff
Yeah.
that people got away with. Oh
I
my
laughed
God.
at it though.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. All right.
Anyway, so you got some prizes to give away to the
got a
winner.
prize.
Now there's less playing now. It's just me and Daniel.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so
And the next time you come here, it'll be even less.
it should be Daniel. Then you'll just be
Why are you gone?
Yeah.
Why aren't I gone?
Well,
Because I'm fake nice to Drew.
Well, I don't even know how to do the recording.
Yeah, but if we're not making any money, then we won't be
yeah,
recording.
but if you're gone, the Jews show up and we're like, oh, you want to just talk? Wait, I don't want to talk. I'm getting a divorce, Drew. I shouldn't even be here. Anyway, so let's start.
All right, here we go. Question number one.
All
Remember,
right.
each question has a hint with it to help you find out the answer. The hint to question one.
Are we still saying our names
No.
to buzz in?
No, and you can guess as many times as you want now too. So you can get guess.
Oh, so we just
Okay.
yell.
Just yell it out.
Oh, wow.
Just two of you. We don't have to have.
Wow, you've gotten
as many
lazy.
rules.
I like this. Yeah. I like this.
Hint: EJ Armageddon. On Thursday's episode titled "Gotta Stick Your Feet Out," you talked to Spencer from the Science Center about a new moon that will orbit the Earth's gravity. How did Dan relate this story to EJ?
Big fat, something big and fat.
Will it revolve around EJ?
EJ Armageddon.
Yeah. Something about EJ getting stuck in a spaceship.
You know, I just realized that if Sam's not here, no one knows the answer. Yeah.
Maybe this whole bit doesn't work unless someone is paying attention
Yeah,
to
someone
what we
needs to
said.
pay attention to the show,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
neither of
yeah.
us listened to the other one.
I didn't even know the name of the shows because they get named. KC names them.
KC names them.
After we do the show. He's the one that puts up with it. I never look
And
at
I'm
it.
having a hard time remembering who Spencer is for some reason, so I don't know, man.
We're looking for Dan. You said, just like the new moon, EJ is also a slow-moving asteroid.
That's
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
EJ Armageddon.
All right.
Okay. All right. So it's still 0-0.
0-0.
We'll get one.
Really, it's going to be the person who remembers it once
Yeah.
is going to win.
Yeah. This is. I feel like this is very. I'm not going to make that joke. I'm not going to make that joke.
All right, here's your hint. Winning BDMs, let it linger.
All right.
On last Monday's episode of Tom and Dan titled Mad at Math, Tom came to the reality that his math religion had failed him. In defeat, Tom asked for a song to be played. What was the name of the song and the artist that Tom said?
Well, he got it wrong because he wanted to go with the Cranberries. Like, was it Zombie or did you have to
It
let
was
it linger?
Losing My Religion.
By REM.
Yeah, and I said by the Cranberries, right?
That is correct. Losing My Religion. You said.
Wait, that was a collective.
Yeah, you each got a
Yeah.
point. It's Losing My Religion by the Cranberries or whatever.
I stand by that.
That's funny.
It's close enough to REM.
Look, a good team. You're both on the board now.
Yeah, I like that.
Every time I come in here, we do a different theme. This theme is really weird because you talked about this on Tuesday's episode. The theme of today's game, our mini games, is going viral, making a viral video.
Okay.
Okay.
And this is our first mini game. We're going to do a rap battle. But I know, Tom, you're nervous. You're like, I can't come up with rap lyrics. So I'm going to help you write your rhymes Mad Lib style.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this is an all-time low for Drew. I
How
like
dare
this.
you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I can't come up? I can come up with anything.
There's going to be room for you to come up with it. But the first thing I need from you is a body part you have more than one of.
Ear.
A year. Okay. You can rhyme that with queer.
That's why I did
Make
it.
it All right.
I'm going to do a highly anti.
Something that stinks really bad.
Bunghole.
Yeah, bunghole is a good one. We're a bunghole show.
All right. So what's great about this, I also have your rap moniker and what I think you would look like if you would have went down that route. But you need to fill in the rest of the lines while I get Dan's answers.
Okay, all right. Oh, you're filling out. Oh, my rap is a Mad Lib rap as well? Okay. All right.
All right, Dan.
Yes.
Something, an adjective, a description word that you'd like to be described as.
Funny.
And then someplace you think dumb people hang out.
That could be. There's so many funny things I could say there. A place that I think dumb people hang out.
Yeah. Make it rhymable.
Applebee's.
Hey.
Tom said that earlier.
Drew,
All right, here we go.
I'm looking at the craziness you wrote on my paper.
Yeah, like,
I don't understand what the hell you're doing.
Also, like, look, he made like these little pictures. You can see this at Tom and Dan Live on YouTube and Twitch. Like, he made these like avatars of us, and then this is the ramblings of a madman. Like, this is the craziest thing.
So you
got
to fill in the other line, right? So you've got your first line that we helped with the Mad Lib. Now write in your next rap.
Okay.
Or if you want to just freestyle out live, you can. But then you guys got to battle each other.
Drew,
This is hard. I'm sweating now. Like, I don't know what to say.
Oh, can you get us a beat too?
Listen.
God, I gotta pull up a beat. All right, hold on. I gotta pull up
This is the work that takes it to make a video go viral. This is what you got to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me get a rap beat here. Hold on.
And then I think we find out who the winner is by the chat group. Let them vote.
Okay, rap.
The problem is, Drew, is that you gave me Mad Libs that now, because of my answers, are horribly confusing and hard to rhyme now. So you made it harder for me. You could have just said before you came, like, "Hey, write some sort of garbage, and we'll do it live on the show."
Yeah. I messed up mine too. Though. We might as well do it. We might as well just do the
it.
mini game. Yeah, we're just gonna do it. I got the beat here. The beat is being made by AI. So okay, here we go. Here's the rap beat. Hopefully, that doesn't sound like a rap beat, does it? Oh, it does. You want me to start?
Yeah.
Dan is the name and your girl thinks I'm funny. Tom rides the short bus on his way to Applebee's.
Oh, you didn't get the game. So you're supposed to make up the next line.
Oh, sorry.
But you did.
Okay, hold on.
So you
But
make up
my
the next
delivery
line.
was good.
It was
I thought
great.
My delivery was good. Okay.
Fire.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Fire. Dan is my name and your girl thinks I'm funny while I'm flexing on the street spending all of my money. Tom rides a short bus on his way to Applebee's. I be up in your mom's house knocking off her knees.
Oh my God.
Well, Daniel's better than me. This is skewed towards Daniel's
Fire.
talents.
That was straight fire.
That was good.
I was spitting
Yeah.
straight fire.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
It's
Bars.
like I threw a little Logic style. It almost sounds like a Logic beat.
How about
Tom,
you
don't give up.
Add
Come
a
on.
game where I spontaneously complain about anything. I can do that.
Write that down. Do you want your beat?
Yeah. Ask me to be grumpy about something. Just pick anything. I'll tell you why it's
That's
horrible.
true. It's
Any
true.
dreams? You want me to kill dreams?
He can tell you why everything's horrible.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
You want me to go outside and start running? I'll do that. Anything Forrest Gump
Show
can
him how
do.
strong
I can
you
do.
are.
You want me to get shot at the ass, keep running? I'll do that too.
Do you want your beat?
Okay.
All right, here's your beat. These are original from ChatGPT, by the way. These are like original rap beats that should come in here. Or not. There you go.
They call me Big Tom, both hands on my ears. I'm not gay, not like the I, little Danny Dennis, likes to eat his bunghole. Like a mole. Small. Little tiny guy. Crazy.
You saved it. That was really good. I would give him the point because his hype man at the end with the crazy. That's good. That was good. All right. That was excellent.
Oh God, that brought me so much joy.
I know. I feel like
I'm mad at that.
I know.
I'm mad at everything.
You know why you're mad? Because he pulled you out of your shell. He did. He got you.
I like it in my
let,
shell.
You gonna let him bully you like that? He's bullying you right
Well,
now.
I know.
He's using his dumb game.
I didn't want to do it.
I know.
I felt forced to do it.
You
And
did.
I was like, this is not even going to be good.
But
And
you
I was
did
like,
it.
I don't want to say
But you
what
did
I'm
it.
about to say. And I'm forced to say it. Drew made me
The
say
chat
it.
room's freaking out. The whole chat room
No.
is freaking out.
No, that's-
CD Sarah says, "This is Joy Tom," in all caps. Everybody, Frogging Molly says, "Very creative, Tom." Shredbear,
No,
this
it's
is
not-
legendary,
that's not
Tom.
good at all.
Great
This is
job.
why I pay $10.95.
No,
I'm telling you.
Where is it free? Where are you giving this for free? Anyway.
So much. They're loving this. Somebody's donating an extra $10.95.
No, stop.
Here we go. Next question. The
Yes.
hint. Return of the Pat.
Okay, we're back to the game show now.
On Friday's episode titled Pat's Pez, you discussed Cadillac Pat's night on the cruise when he struck out with some hot drunk girls at a bar. Tom criticized Pat's game, but then said what dated phrase about his own abilities to pick up chicks?
Tom,
Yes.
mackin' to chicks.
Mackin is correct.
Mackin. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I've started trying to use that a little bit, Mackin. Straight Mackin.
We got Sorry, I was going to say we got a bonus question on this one.
Okay.
When talking about how Pat is a young boy in a grown man's body, what nickname did Dan give Pat? Young boy in a grown man's body.
A young boy in a grown man's body.
Well, that's there's a
That's
big
the
reference.
Yeah.
There's also,
But I don't think I called him that. I didn't call him Ronald McCadillac, did I? Like I know I did at one point.
Yeah, what's that? Benjamin Button. There's that one. Too.
I don't know
yeah.
what.
Muscle Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Which is awesome.
Oh, Muscle Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. He puts him on the little train and he molests him in the bed. Yeah. I remember it now. It was a horrible joke.
Yeah, feed him the wine. You're like, I'll sleep in the same bed.
Yeah, let's get in the same bed together. Oh, what's that?
By the way,
I don't know why I said that part.
Anybody who has kids will know sleeping in the same bed with kids is the worst thing. It's horrible.
It's terrible. Yeah.
They sleep sideways.
They kick you in the
your
face.
Yeah,
It's horrible. They're not fun to sleep with.
I know.
All right, next question.
Hint. European bottom feeder. On the Friday free show titled Ronald McCadillac,
Oh, that's the one, yeah.
you talked about how Seth used to be your favorite when he was a lonely man. What memory did Daniel bring up about the more fun Seth?
Oh, he used to, he was doing blah, blah on the bunghole
You just described it.
of a Russian prostitute.
Yeah, look at a Russian's. Or no, he used to eat Russian bunghole.
Say that,
cut all this out.
Can I say that?
No, you absolutely cannot.
Do you think you can say that? Do you hear NPR saying that? It's the same rules.
And we'll be right back.
Yeah. You can just say like, oh, if you switch it to bunghole, you're fine.
I'm Charles Dilladesma, and this is AP News.
There's bonus on this one too. Dan said Seth has changed and has a beautiful family now. What did Tom say next?
Oh, probably something grumpy.
Well, that's easy.
All right, so let's do the math here.
Okay,
Trace it back.
Yeah. So we
So
said.
what was the compliment I said?
So you talked about how old Seth was your favorite, but then you said, but Seth has changed and he has a beautiful family now. And then Tom said something next.
Okay, well, it's definitely mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, cauliflower ears.
No.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's right.
Hemorrhoids.
Nah.
God.
Ugly feet.
No,
Toes.
Something
Monkey
about
toes.
His brain is rotten. I say that a lot.
Yeah.
God, oh God, it Drew.
Yeah, we're not good
But
at
now
this.
he's boring. He hasn't even talked about eating one beehole.
Ah, you called back. All right, I love it.
I can't say that either.
Thanks for the edit. Thanks for the edit.
Yeah.
Appreciate the edit.
And now that we said it so many other times, it makes it worse in the future. Like, I think you need a 15-minute reset or something. There's some rule.
You have to go sit out of the pool.
Yeah,
you might get cramps.
There's some rule about that. Anyway, what's next here?
We're on to our next viral challenge.
Okay.
So
God, Jesus Christ.
I know. Sometimes when it comes to doing a viral challenge, you just gotta jump on board with what's trending, and that's not your style. You guys wouldn't do that. You hate that crap. You don't want a bandwagon or whatever.
All right, so you're
that's
unzipping a Yeti cooler here.
Oh, God.
But
This
that's
dude's got
why-
a frozen gun.
I'm here because I'm not afraid. I don't have any kind of integrity. I'll jump on a bandwagon. We're gonna do the Sprite Chug Challenge. Do you know about this?
No, is this the where you chug a Sprite and then the kid I saw, he hits his head into the garage door? No.
That was a LaCroix, right?
Yeah, I love that. I love that video of the kid hitting his head.
Okay, so what is a
Sprite
Sprite?
Chug Challenge? Is a Sprite for me? These are big Sprite. Oh, these are ice cold Sprites. It's a lot of sugar. You allowed to have that?
All right. This
This might give you diarrhea.
Challenge.
This is going to wreck your, what do you keep pumping into yourself? Your creatine?
the hell? So the challenge is you got to be the first to finish chugging your Sprite, but you cannot burp. No burping.
Well, doesn't that what happens if you don't burp? You you crap your pants or something, right?
No, just hold it inside.
You try.
Yeah.
You're definitely gonna win this. I got gastro
I'm
problems.
gonna go with you. I'm no B word.
The whole Sprite?
Is there a viral
The
videos
chat room
of
is
people
saying that this trend is about 4 years old.
Yeah, it is.
what's the difference between
I still get it on my TikTok, dude.
Okay.
Sprite or Coke or any other carbonated?
You're gonna find out.
All right.
What is you're not? Are we gonna spray this all over the?
No,
Okay.
you're not. All
right,
You're just.
Like, is it like a thing where you start chugging and like, oh,
There's no.
spray again?
No, that's not a thing.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, here we
All
go.
right. Well, this is gonna be a horrible pod.
2.
We're already bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One.
Okay.
Go.
I can't do it.
Oh, burns. Oh.
Don't burp. I'm out.
Hold on.
I can't do it.
My eyes are watering. Oh.
Are we supposed to be talking during this?
Oh yeah. They're off. Tom's 2 chugs away.
I can't do it anymore. I'm out.
Don't burp.
I'm out.
If you don't burp, you got it.
Oh my god.
I think Tom's got it.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
I can't do that.
My stomach's killing me.
Oh yeah, that's terrible. I also spilled it all over me.
I did.
Don't burp.
It's the sound of a winner.
Oh my god, that's
did.
terrible. Why do people do that?
I hurt myself.
Yeah, it's bad. I don't know why we did that.
Sorry.
You sound like a cow. This is joy. This is joy.
I'm sweating.
This is joy.
I hurt myself doing that. I hurt because I wanted to win so bad.
I know you did, and he knew that. Like
Oh.
you're playing into all. You gotta do this with your son. This is the worst show we've ever done. This is the worst show we've ever done.
Hold on. I have to get it out.
That's an old door.
Yes, it's that's bad.
Sugar rush
My,
now.
my
right.
legs are sweating. Like my whole body is sweating.
You are sweating profusely.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's a Sprite challenge. Okay, let's finish out the game.
That went
'cause,
as expected.
yeah.
All right. Next question. Hint. Well, that sucks.
I feel lightheaded. Hold on. It's still bad. It's real bad.
Wind up car. Hint. Well, that sucks or does it? Back to the Friday Free Show. And talking about Cadillac Pack, you refer to him as Ronald McDonald because he's such a nice guy with a shtick, which makes it harder for him to get married and start a family. Finish this line from Tom and Dan. Well, it's hard for Ronald McDonald to.
That was the one.
Are you good now? All right. Yeah, that's the one you needed.
It was
You
real
had
bad.
that one right in your heart.
Yeah, it was stopping
It's
my
like
heart.
in your heart. Yeah.
I couldn't even. I was like, I don't even like. Usually, I power through.
Hold
but
on. If
I
that
couldn't
hurts
do it.
so bad, because I didn't go the full way, because I already got stomach issues. It's gonna hurt me. If you did the whole, and then people tell us not to smoke weed and do stuff, but we're allowed to drink Sprite. That's terrible. Huh. This is the grossest and worst show we've ever done. All right.
Was it hard for Ronald McDonald to do? To what?
It's hard to bang Grimace with big shoes.
All right. It's hard for me to concentrate. Because it's too much. So we were making fun of Pat.
You called him Ronald McDonald.
Yeah, and it's hard for him to get a family. It's hard for Ronald McDonald to get a family too.
Yeah.
When
to
you-
be taken seriously
When
and a red nose.
I don't know. Just give us the answer.
It's hard for Ronald McDonald to, and then Tom jumped in and said, get a BJ. And then
Still happening.
You're gonna be wrecked the entire rest of the day.
Look out after this.
And then your wife's gonna go, "God, the hurricane! Help! The gutter fell!" You're gonna run out. Vomit
Projectile
burping.
vomiting.
bonus question.
Yes.
Where did Daniel say Ronald McDonald could get a BJ?
Apparently, I don't listen to anything I say on the show.
Inside the Ronald McDonald house because there's vulnerable women.
Okay. That's horrible to say. I like that.
That's more of a truth joke. I don't know.
I don't know.
You really
Yeah.
paint a picture.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
all that Sprite.
Yeah, the Sprite makes
truth
it.
serum.
Sodium pentothal is Sprite.
We are looking for Burning Man.
Yeah.
He could get a
would.
DJ at Burning Man.
He would, because people are like, get in here, Ronald. All the orgies here. Come on in.
Okay. We're on to question number 6. On Tuesdays.
How many do you have? Just out of curiosity.
This is the last question,
Okay.
and then one last viral challenge.
A fire viral challenge.
Yeah.
Probably has to do with those sticks.
The
you brought in.
sticks.
Okay.
Yeah. On Tuesdays, I didn't make a hint for this one, so oh well. On Tuesday's episode titled "From Bundy to Dunphy," you discuss Sofa and Suds and inform listeners that they could win for having the.
That's the worst.
This
is bad.
Damn it.
You discuss Sofa and Suds and inform listeners that they could win for having the best themed couch. You then said you both prefer the names or the themes to be political. You named a lot of different political themed couches. Name as many as you can, and I'll count up a point for each one.
I wasn't listening.
What political?
I'm sorry. I wasn't listening.
Well, we made the standard,
Political theme couches. What were the political themes?
Okay, we wanted.
Well, I mean, there's the old man Biden.
Yeah, you gotta have old man Biden.
No.
You gotta have a locker up.
Yep, there's one.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
lock
you
her
gotta have a
up.
locker
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. Did I say something
You
about
gotta have.
camel?
They're eating the dogs.
No,
They're eating the cats.
no. You said you like older stuff, so that's a little bit of a hint.
Monica Lewinsky.
Oh, no, we went real old like Gerald Ford.
Okay, yeah, Tippy Canoe and Tyler too.
Yeah, you did say.
Yeah, I did say that.
Oh, what's the guy who built houses? Carter.
Jimmy Carter. Yeah, Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
And then we went.
How about Birth of a Nation? Woodrow Wilson. Horribly racist film shown in the White House. Horribly racist film.
We did Nixon. Did we do Nixon?
Dukakis?
Remember Dan Quayle?
Yeah, he spelled
Remember
potato
the,
wrong.
Yeah, remember the worst? We're like, how dare you?
He spelled potato wrong. We had no idea that spelling potato wrong he'd be one of the best. We'd be like, that guy's awesome.
We were also looking for Rittenhouse Goes to College.
Oh, yeah, I said Rittenhouse to go.
George Bush hates black people.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mission accomplished.
Oh, yeah, that was Iraq. Yeah.
Obama in a tan suit. or his birth certificate.
Yeah. I still don't believe that. Hawaii.
Okay.
Not even a state.
All right, last viral challenge. So maybe sometimes doing trends isn't going to get us to the finish line with a viral video. Maybe we have to start our own new trend, and we're going to start one here with a game that I call Wiener Whack Off.
Okay.
Oh, my God. It's like we have Mike from Mike's Weather Page in here again.
So
We're doing Spank the Monkey
I did.
jokes.
I was listening to that on my way in. That
Yeah.
made me die.
Oh, Mike's the best.
So let me grab your wieners.
All right.
Yeah, this guy. My God.
Oh.
You know who doesn't do this on their show? Shannon Burke. He don't do that. He's more of a man. He's not gonna let somebody
Well,
do
you know,
this.
does do this. Bubba Love.
Yeah, he does. He
We're
does.
going to talk to Tuttle about that. Or we already did.
Oh, these are real hot dogs.
Hope your boys like your wieners wet.
All right.
Okay, this is a real wet hot dog
Okay.
you handed me.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Protect that dog, because here's the game we're going to play.
All right.
You're both going to stand
Now
up.
my fingers stink.
You're going to stand up. You're going to hold your wiener at your crotch. You're going to stand these stick lengths apart, and you're going to whack at each other's wiener. First one to knock off the other person wiener wins.
Hold on. Where do we hold the sticks?
Wiener whack off.
He's so proud of himself for the games he creates. So wait,
I'll get up and demonstrate.
Okay, so you put the hot dog where?
Hold the wiener here at your crotch. You're going to stand the stick length away to where you can't hit the person, just the hot dog. And you're going to try to whack off the other person's wiener.
Okay. Just by hold, like you're so
Yeah, you're holding your wiener, and then you're smacking the other person's wiener with the other hand.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I'm game, but I mean.
So
this is we're gonna just do this and whatever.
No,
It's fine. All right.
I
Well,
hate your stupid games.
that was that. This is the worst game you've done, and the worst. That's the worst show we've done.
Yeah. We're just wasting everybody's time.
This is okay. Let me ask you a serious question. This is what you don't think is joy.
The opposite of joy. And then the listeners, I imagine sitting there with their arms crossed, like, what the hell? I want to hear the news.
There are people in the chat room that say this is what I can't understand. Like everybody that's actively, the guys that love this show so much, they're all like, you need to do this every day. And I'm like, that'll never happen.
Do what every day? We can't even hear what we're
We're not
doing.
accomplishing anything.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
not doing anything.
I'm trying to have a stick. I'm trying to whack a hot dog out of Daniel's hand, which is harder than I thought it was,
It's
by the way.
very hard.
It's hard. We tried it last night, me and my wife.
You made your wife do this?
We did the wiener whack off last night.
Who won?
I did.
Hey.
I busted her tip right off.
Hey.
I was whipping it back and forth, and then it was missing every time. It gets into a circle motion where I'm just whipping it around in a circle around the hot dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, Drew, who won this? I mean,
Dan won this one with the
all
last
right.
political
Hey.
question. He got most
All
of those. So
I broke my stick.
I don't
Well,
know.
you had more points.
What color would you like to have for whenever you do chalk his truck? You can go for 2.
I'll do blue. I'll do purple and white for Orlando City. So
There you
so
go.
you won't stick out in traffic.
You are now the king podcaster of Central Florida.
Thank you. I appreciate that, buddy.
You bet.
we'll end with Daniel, going outside and writing something on my truck.
Oh, do you want me to go? Yeah.
You know, not now, but the video.
Oh no! I thought we could all just leave dead air and then walk out there. Right?
Yeah. It doesn't even matter at this point.
Yeah, at this point, Drew
If he
doesn't
made
care
it
about
this
the
far.
show. Yeah, I mean, Drew's like he makes these games that are. I'm sure.
I'll record you from the window.
I don't even know what to say now. I'm just like I'm out of my mind.
Hold on, can we still? I remember back in the day when I used to be on radio. Like if you left too much silence, it would like trigger.
That still happens.
Can we do that? What if we all were silent? Could we trigger?
It would trigger up tone.
All right, and then it just goes. What are you
Yeah.
showing, Drew?
He's showing a picture of you as a Miami Thuckster that he photoshopped poorly on his computer.
Put a grill on there. That took a lot of time.
Drew,
I
we
would
appreciate it.
I'm not going to say that.
I appreciate the amount of work you put into
We do. I do appreciate the amount of work.
something so
Bizarre.
Labor of love.
Would you ever be willing to do a live game show Drew with listener contestants?
I do it in a heartbeat.
All right, where do we do it at?
I don't know.
Like some sort of theater. With,
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
We could do something like that. Or maybe just have, if he pops up at maybe one of our events, maybe you just have a quick game on you to play, boom. Like you pop it like like you said, like a pop quiz. It's like, boom, pop it out there. Oh, let's see if you know this question for ACT.
I'm going to Beer Fest.
Okay. All
right.
But I know you got 100 other things going on, so don't let me add to any
Something to
chaos.
think about.
Yeah, maybe we do a smaller event, like at the Abbey or something.
Yeah.
Like a smaller venue.
Yeah.
Do a
Or maybe you
game
could
show.
wander Hollabox and ask BDM questions for small prizes or something. I don't
Get
know.
some schnitzel.
I'll figure something out. But hey, thanks for doing it, man. We appreciate you.
Hey, man, my pleasure.
I do like when the host finds other people to do the entertainment.
Yes, yeah.
I like
That's what real hosts do.
I know, yeah.
The
And
host
then-
that
just sit back and
yeah.
then, but I make the money. I mean, the host does.
Yeah.
But then the other people,
They're working
we
hard.
bring it in. So me and you were just like, we'll just sit
We're
back.
like, welcome to our party. Go enjoy our entertainment that has nothing to do with us.
yeah. It's just
Yeah.
other people.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah. All right. Well, Drew, have anything to plug?
No.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, he never
another
does.
weird thing.
never does.
All
Yeah.
this for
We always ask, why do you
a
do
mystery.
this? Why do you do this?
Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Okay. All right.
Well, we appreciate it.
You
We
bet,
really
man.
do. Thank you, buddy. And we appreciate your wife allowing you to be so, this is pretty crazy stuff.
She's the best.
Yeah,
Do
she
you take
absolutely
the
is.
day off work for this?
Today I did. I
Okay.
told. That's why I haven't been in here
Yeah.
so long. I got the job I was doing was during the work week, so there's no chance. But I think I might be able to swing it a little more often with what I'm doing now.
Yeah. He's a massive deal down the road here. We're talking president status.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. You don't want to know his day. I can't talk about it, but shouldn't be doing this. I'll tell you that.
It's Panera Bread, isn't it? All right. We'll see you tomorrow.